In a humble riverside village, a blind father lived a life of hardship. In their hut, the rice jar sat nearly empty, yet their hearts stayed warm.
Her father, Shen Qing, relied on her gentle guidance always. Shen Qing mended his worn clothes, her love woven in each stitch.
She coaxed warmth from cold ashes, a daily struggle for their home. His blind touch found her face, a silent language of their deep bond. Every day, she carried water, a testament to her unending devotion.
Villagers whispered sadly, acknowledging their dire, struggling plight.
This young girl, more filial than her tender years, truly shone.
Through stormy nights, she shielded him, a constant, loving presence.
He sighed, wishing only to see her once, his voice heavy with regret.
Please, Father, do not speak such words.
A tiny candle flickered, mirroring the hope within his blind eyes. Their quiet bond endured, a warm comfort in the fading night. The blind father walked alone, seeking alms, his path uncertain. He wandered too far, until temple bells called through the air like mercy. A monk approached, guiding him up the stone steps with quiet compassion.
He listened to the chanting, deeply moved by the sacred sounds. The monk spoke of merit, of darkness lifted by sincere offerings. The father whispered his wish, ashamed to ask the world for sight.
300 silk of rice. I will surely offer all of it.
As the words left his mouth, fear followed, heavy as a locked door.
He returned home slowly, his footsteps full of guilt and trembling hope.
Shen Qing sensed something wrong in his silence and wavering breath.
At last he confessed the vow, and the room seemed to shrink around them.
Shen Qing froze, then calmness settled upon her resolute face.
I will find a way.
A single promise, unknowingly, set her fate in motion.
In the bustling market, Shen Qing gazed at towering rice sacks.
A grain merchant counted coins with cold precision, unmoved by sorrow.
Nearby, sailors spoke of a sea ritual, an offering to calm violent waters.
She listened intently, her hand clutching her tattered clothes. She signed the contract, the paper trembling in the wind.
People turned away, unable to watch kindness become a bargain.
She bought the rice, the weight of each sack heavier than grief. She carried the heavy rice home, a small shadow in the sun.
How is there so much?
People kindly offered help.
He bowed toward the temple, believing salvation had arrived at last.
Sim Cheong turned, her eyes red but resolute, facing her fate.
In the dark night, Sim Cheong sat alone, lost in thought.
Sim Cheong, what secret are you keeping from me?
Father, I have sold myself.
No, I do not need my sight, my dearest child.
But I need you to live, Father.
They embraced, their sorrow mirrored by the gentle falling rain.
He struck his chest, drowning in blame he could not escape.
Please, Father, do not blame yourself.
Dawn arrived pale and cold, and the harbor waited in mist.
Sailors called from the dock. Ropes creaked like old warnings.
Her father ran after her, his cane slipping in the wet mud.
Father, my dear father.
Sim Cheong.
The boat left the dock, the waves swallowing his desperate plea.
On the boat deck, Sim Cheong gazed at the distant horizon.
Sailors murmured of the coming ritual, their voices tight with fear.
Clouds gathered, and the wind rose, as if the ocean demanded payment.
She folded her hands to pray, steadying herself against the rocking world.
A sailor brought the ceremonial cloth, avoiding her eyes in shame.
Sim Cheong donned the robe. Its pale fabric danced in the wind.
Drums began to pound, each beat a step closer to fate.
Waves swelled, slamming the hull, while the crew tightened their grip.
They shouted that Indangsu was angry, and even the strong looked small.
Please, Great Sea, be at peace.
A tear fell from her eye, yet her gaze held no trace of fear.
The dark abyss, the sacrifice point, loomed before her.
Her father's cry, Sim Cheong, echoed in her mind.
And the story crossed its threshold, from sacrifice toward the unknown.
Incense and spray mixed in the air as the crew began the rite.
Sim Cheong stood at the boat's edge, wind whipping her hair.
The sailors bowed their heads, guilt heavy on shoulders hardened by storms.
Please, take the rice to the temple. Can you tell my father? I love you, my dear father.
The drums quickened, and the sea answered with a thunderous roar.
She fell slowly, her white robe billowing gracefully in the wind.
The ocean closed over her, foam bursting like shattered breath.
The boat rocked violently, then steadied as the waves began to soften.
The sailors stared in disbelief. The storm quieted, as if appeased.
Far away on shore, her father collapsed, struck by a nameless pain.
Beneath the dark waters, a mysterious blue light began to glow. A powerful beam of light emerged, leading to a magical realm.
Underwater, fish glided past, and coral pillars rose like ancient temples.
Sim Cheong, unconscious, was gently carried by the ocean current. A radiant gate emerged, an undersea palace shimmering in blue-green light. Sea attendants gently guided her into the grand palace. Upon a throne of tides sat the Dragon King, vast and silent. The Dragon King heard her filial tale, pondering deeply.
Such filial piety moves even the deepest sea.
He ordered her return, reborn to the surface through a lotus bloom.
Sim Cheong slept peacefully, bathed in a warm, magical glow.
A giant lotus bud closed gently, sheltering her like a cradle.
The bud rose upward, trailing bubbles like scattered stars.
On the dark sea, the lotus bud floated, emitting a soft light. At dawn, the lotus breathed open, releasing a strange, sweet scent.
Fishermen spotted it and froze, away, turning their nets to stone.
From death's water, life unfolded, petal by petal, promise by promise.
The fisherman presented the lotus to the royal court, still trembling with wonder.
In the palace, officials murmured, uncertain whether to fear or praise. The king leaned forward, drawn by the impossible gift from the sea.
The lotus opened fully, light spilling across the hall like sunrise indoors.
Sim Cheong emerged from the flower, reborn, a vision of grace.
The king gently inquired about her true origin and her story.
The king was deeply moved, his gaze filled with profound respect. A royal ceremony followed, silk and incense sealing her new life.
Sim Cheong gazed skyward, her thoughts yearning for her father.
She asked the king to hold a feast, inviting all blind people. Yes, let us find your beloved father. From poverty to palace, her filial heart remained true. Blind travelers arrived, their canes tapping on the stone path. Sim Cheong's father heard the news and shook, hope battling fear.
He set out in worn clothes, guided by strangers and stubborn love.
At the palace gate, he seemed smaller than the walls.
The banquet hall glowed with lanterns, filled with rich aromas.
Sim Cheong, behind a screen, heard her father's familiar cane.
His trembling hand touched the rice bowl, a poignant, fragile moment. Sim Qing, choking back tears, stepped out from behind the screen. He reached out. Sim Qing grasped his hand. A reunion of souls.
Sim Cheong, my child, are you truly alive?
They embraced in the hall, everyone watching in silent reverence. The deep sea had returned his daughter to his loving embrace. The king bestowed gifts and opened granaries for the poor. The temple monk was invited. A temple bell echoed in the palace.
A prayer ritual began, candlelight flickering, casting soft glows.
If this is a dream, please let it never end.
Sim Cheong gently placed her hand upon her father's eyes.
I can see now.
He saw Sim Cheong clearly, radiant in her royal attire.
Father, you truly see me.
The father opened not only eyes, but the world's heart.